Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. This is Inex Joy, and today's pick a card reading will be about your life purpose. I want to say thank you so much for the new subscribers and everyone who's viewed my videos or commented on my last video. I'm really happy that it made people just relish in their beauty, and I'm really happy that it resonated with you. And if you haven't seen it, there's probably going to be a link down below in terms of my last video. It's a really cute video. I just wanted to do a couple of shout outs before we begin. So Anna7575, thank you so much for commenting. You have given me a lot of joy and a lot of hope when it comes to me being a reader and doing this professionally. Thank you so much for your kind words. You have also brightened up my day. Rose, thank you so much for commenting as well. You are such a gorgeous soul. Thank you so much. And Paku Yang, thank you so much for letting me know that you were the beautiful pile number 4. Very, very happy that you shared. Okay, so now that's out of the way, we're gonna get into what this reading is about, and then we'll do the pile selection and all that. So as I said before, this is a life purpose reading. We'll first go into the check-in in terms of what your energies are. It will be represented by these crystals. And then we're going to look at what your life purpose is right now until from whenever you're watching this until basically about a year's time. So this life purpose will last around a year. And then we're going to look at either how you're achieving that or how you can achieve that. And then also how you can balance that, as well as the best spiritual hygiene practices. And then just some words of encouragement from your spirit team, just to, tell you you're doing a good job and leave it on a really nice high note. Okay, so we'll do pile selection as always. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, this is pile 3, and this is pile 4. We'll go through what each crystal is and what they represent in the reading. So I will see you at your timestamps. Hey pile 1, if you chose this crystal, then this is your reading. So we're going to go through the energy check-in, and then we're going to go into what your life purpose is right now for presently until about a year's time, then how you're achieving that or how you can achieve that, how to balance that life purpose, your best spiritual hygiene practices, and then your words of encouragement. Okay, so if you chose this beautiful crystal, you chose Danburite. So what it is, like the beta blockers in grandma's medicine cabinet, Danburite's twinkling, effervescent energy takes the edge off with its serious, feel-good vibes. Who needs it? Emos, goths, buttoned-up white collar stress cases. Where to put it? Whenever you want to do some elevated thinking, feeling, dreaming, being. When to use it, when the daily grind has ground you into the pavement, when you feel like launching into space, but like astronaut training, vibing with Danburite can help divert your busy mind away from its pesky physics world orientation. There's somewhere else out there. Flip on the high beams and explore. And then the mantra for this is turn on your electric lights. Okay, so in terms of your energy check-in, it seems like there's two sides coming out. There is some of you that will be who are just very effervescent, energy, who is the Danverite in terms of being very feel good and lighthearted and making others feel really good around them. And you're like kind of like a shining star. I'm like getting kind of like the Fool in the tarot, or just like a fool in a medieval play, or in the medieval times what the fool represented, which is like just someone who was comedic, lighthearted, really a performer, very much like Leo vibes, very much like I'm getting that it's not so like in your face though. It's not like a Leo in terms of like the class clown. It's more like the quiet, cool kid, you know? Like the person that they don't have to say anything when they walk into the room, but you can just kind of feel their presence, and it just feels really nice to be in their presence. Like it feels very calming, and it feels like a lot of attention comes to you whenever you enter a room. Yeah, like you're like a really bright electric light, and you invigorate a lot of people when you step into the room. Okay, so that's part of you guys. And if you don't resonate with that, then you might be in the pile or like you might be in the other side, where it's like you're someone who's a lot more work oriented, someone who's very much going through the motions of the daily grind, someone who is really existential. Let's say that, yeah. Very existential in the sense of there's a lot of like borderline nihilistic, but like that's okay. Like, you know, we all go through those phases. Just someone who's like a little bit more like in the dark night of the soul era, you know? Okay, yeah. So if that sounds like you, if you're either one of those two vibes, then this is your pile. And I just saw 444, so very protected, my dears, very protected. Okay, so we're gonna go into what your life purpose is right now, presently, until about like a year-ish this time. Because I believe that our life purpose changes quite often, and we have multiple life purposes that we fill out, and there's like multiple lessons that we learn, you know, kind of like subjects in a school. You don't just learn one subject and stick to it. Like sometimes you do, like that's like later on when you're mastering something. But even when you're mastering something, there's still like nuances within that subject that you learn about. Like let's say you went into the field of being a musician, right? There's not just playing the instrument, there's also being a composer, being a producer, someone who likes to coordinate, things like that, you know? There's multiple avenues within that subject. So I personally believe that our life purposes change throughout time. So yeah, that's why we have that. Okay, so your life purpose right now is winter. Take care of your needs. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so for both my pile 1 babies, either you being the effervescent light in the room, or you being that existential dark night of the soul, both of whatever you resonate, your life purpose right now is to take care of your needs, is to go into a bit more of a hibernation mode, of a bit more of a secluded mode. And that's what I was kind of feeling like with the first part of the group, in terms of being that effervescent beam and being that effervescent energy. Although you were like the fool, and although you are like someone who's like really attractive to people, there was that feeling of being secluded and having that coolness of a Leo when it comes to just not having to say anything to anyone in order for you to be like noticed. You might also resonate with both energies. Like you might go back and forth between that, or they both just like might intermingle with you. So yeah, regardless of what you resonated with, right now there's a big calling to have some alone time. And even like the wolf, it is nice to be a lone wolf at times, but also, like wolves, they run in packs. So if you're having a hard time with anything that you're going through right now, leaning on friends or your loved ones or people that you trust for support will be very crucial right now in terms of fulfilling your life purpose. It will kind of help you secure a lot of relationships and maintain them so that they know that you trust them and that you feel safe with them. And if you want to be alone right now and if you don't want to talk to anyone, that's totally cool too. Your life purpose is to really dive deep into your soul and dive deep into getting to know who you are and getting to know what your needs are and where you want to go. Like your life purpose right now, it's not really involving income or career status. It's more of taking care of your personal needs and what you find exciting about life and what you feel like you want, where you want your life to go and what areas of life you want to focus on. That's what your life purpose is right now. Being able to really sit with yourself and take note of what you love. Like for example, right now, I really resonate with this pile because I'm also going through that. You might have went through or are going through the dark night of the soul, and when you're going through that, or once you've come out of that, it's like you're like a whole new person. Like new things resonate with you and you have different priorities of life, and sometimes it's really hard to pinpoint what those priorities are and what they mean to you. And you know, I'm literally going through that right now, so I totally feel how difficult it can be and how like stressful it can be when having to answer life's bigger questions, like what do I want to prioritize in my life? What do I want out of life? What sparks my joy? These are all great journal prompts, by the way, and I should probably take them into account for myself too. But anyways, if you want to use them for journal prompts, that would be great in terms of you really honing in on who you are, because that's what your life purpose is to really get to know yourself right now. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna move forward in terms of how you are achieving that. You have the 9 of, I believe, the cat tarot. Always love it. I love the cat tarot. But because of the symbolisms, I have to reference the book. So, the 9 of Swords in reverse. Unfortunately, there is no magic solution to all the worry, fear, and depression. That said, those negative feelings about yourself aren't helping. Retract your claws. Whatever this darkness is, the only way out is through. Damn. And that really coincides with a lot of the energies that we've been like honing in on when it comes to that existentialism. So if you've ever seen Shawshank Redemption, I'm getting the image of when the main character, when he escapes the prison and he has to like go through that really long tunnel of feces, and it's like you can't really turn back once you've started. Like if you turn back, you're just gonna be putting yourself in that prison again. The only way out of this is through, and feeling those feelings, you know, like it's okay to feel those feelings. And it's real, I know it's really hard. Like my whole channel is literally about existentialism and the ponders of life and these cycles of going through big questions like who am I, why am I here, why am I existing, and the existential crises that can happen when we're going through it. And I'm only laughing because like I'm thinking about Dan Howell and how he goes through existential crises and how he makes light of it and how he makes jokes of it, and how like he's literally said, oh, like it petrifies me, and he puts me into like this state of just not doing anything for several hours in the day and then feeling shit about myself because I haven't done anything, and then wondering why am I existing, why am I here, and all that stuff. So yeah, in terms of how you can achieve your life purpose is by going through with it and by doing the work and by feeling the feelings and learning about yourself and how you can cope with these feelings and how you can just get to know who you are and what you're about and what you enjoy. Also a part of this channel is called NX Joy, because existential joy is basically the balanced side of existential crises, where being in existential joy is being able to connect to your divine self and to connect to divine source, and being able to be in a space where you really value and treasure who you are, and having this precious life to really understand what you're about and what you value and what you want to do with the time you have on earth. Because you're right, it's limited, and sometimes that's a really scary concept because it deals a lot with death. And I literally had like a lump in my throat when I said that. So it's a hard pill to swallow, and you know, it's nothing that we can ever stop or change, unfortunately, but we have to shift our attention and shift our focus into something that's more conducive into getting to know who we are and getting to know ourselves more, you know? I'm also shown like the Instagram reel of like a glass of water, and then that glass of water having like dirt inside of it, and then like the person doing the reel is like, oh, you can focus on taking the dirt out of it, but it's gonna be really hard to focus on the dirt out of it, you know? And the dirt kind of represents all the negativity, all the existentialism, all the dark night of the soul kind of feelings, you know? We can focus on that, but it's going to be really hard to kind of take it out. Or we can focus on putting more water into the glass, putting new fresh water, which is supposed to symbolize more like more joy, more happiness, more joie de vivre, more positive experiences that really help define who you are. And we can focus on that. And once we do focus on that, we realize that it clears away all the dirt and all the darkness in terms of the weights of the void of the unknown and the depression that comes with realizing your existence and the limited time you have, you know? Like focusing on making use of that time is going to be very, very helpful in terms of you achieving your goals and you achieving what your life purpose is. So we're going to move on to how to balance your life purpose. And you got 2 cards for that, which is really cool. You have music as well as trust. So, and I think these are great cards to come out because music is a wonderful way to relieve emotions and really tap into the emotional body and really release the tension and the stress of the everyday life by not being like toxic positive, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to listen to like a super happy song if you're going through the motions. You can listen to songs that really make you feel the way you want to feel in order to get whatever you need done, in order to do what you need to do that day, so that those feelings don't petrify you and those feelings don't have you feeling even worse in terms of wasting your day. Like, trust me, I've been there. I've spent days where I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't eat. I couldn't take a fucking shower. I couldn't like just do the basic things of taking care of myself because I was just so like into the void and the dark night of the soul and the awareness of existence that it petrified me. It made me not want to do anything. And during those times, music really helped me, and music was really the thing that got me out of my bed and got me going and got me like having to do what I needed to do and wanted to do that day, you know, like kind of being childlike again. And, you know, kind of like Phineas and Ferb, when Phineas is like, Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today. And so yeah, music is gonna be a really great like motivator while going through the motions without being like toxic positive, because we hate toxic positivity here. We're not going to be like, oh yeah, just, you know, put a smile like a band-aid. No. I do recognize your feelings, and I do understand how hard it is to be in it. So moving through it with the help of music is going to really help. Ooh, okay, and you have trust. Trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. So in terms of balancing this energy, being able to trust in the divine as well as trust in your inner divine self in order to connect to what you need to do on this planet, on this earth, is going to be something that really helps when balancing these emotions and balancing this existential time for you. Your dreams might be very potent when it comes to information. So making sure you have a dream journal to write out anything that really sticks out to you. Also, like being your own oracle or even consulting oracles, because I'm really drawn to the oracle ball. Just know that you are heavily protected and guided when it comes to these decisions you make and going about your life. You know, there's no wrong decisions, because whatever decision you make will be either a great experience or a life lesson, and it's what you need most and what you're supposed to be experiencing on this earth right now. Okay, and I have 2, 2, 2, 2, which is great, which is a great balance. And yeah, just balancing your emotions and your actions by going through it and just you got this, to keep moving through it, because I know it's really hard and it's really petrifying, but you got this. Okay, so we're gonna go through your best spiritual hygiene practices. Yeah, flow like water, and that really goes well with the whole trust thing we were talking about. I'm gonna put this a little higher, just like that. Oh, actually, Yeah, well, no, we'll just keep it like that. Okay. Maybe we'll move this a little up. Yeah. Wonderful. Okay. You also have make a vision board. Maybe you can make a vision board while listening to music. That sounds like a really fun day, Just like letting yourself really immerse with who you are and really immerse yourself into what you like and anything that really inspires you to do and go and be. And it feels like a vision board will help you really connect with your intuition in terms of what you want out of life and what you want to experience and what you are supposed to be doing on this earth, Getting to know yourself and creating this vision board will be very helpful when it comes to helping you grow and blossom in terms of your life purpose. It will help you stay on track when it comes to your life purpose as well. And flowing like water, again, just feeling out those emotions and making sure that you're going through it. Don't ignore it. Just feel it through. And I know it's so hard sometimes, but you got this. And working on your solar plexus and making sure that you speak what you want into existence. Vision board will really help you. And if you can't get out of bed, play your favorite music first to get out of bed, and then do what you need to do, and then make your vision board. That's going to really help you get into the mood of your life purpose. All right. We're gonna end the reading with just some words of encouragement from your spirit team. Ooh, don't focus on success or failure. Just focus on effort. Focus on trying. Like I was saying earlier, whatever you do in terms of your experiences, it'll either be something very enjoyable or something you just need to learn, Aww. Okay. And your last message from your spirit team is, it's okay to be afraid, but as much as you can, please try to act from love rather than fear. And I think these are perfect cards to come out in terms of your reading. Your spiritual team really knows what's up and really wants to tell you that they got your back when it comes to what you're doing in life and the experiences that you're supposed to go through. And there's a lot of green here, so yeah, they're gonna be in your heart space, and they're gonna be always with you in terms of giving you love and giving you support. Just know that. And know that you can call on them whenever you're feeling like this and whenever you're feeling like you're going through existential crises. They will help put you into practices where you can feel like yourself again. Okay. Pile 1. That was your life purpose reading. I really hope this helped. I really hope this gave you clarity and guidance in terms of what you need to be doing for now until about a year's time. It doesn't have to be a full year, Like, this can take shorter or longer, whatever resonates for you. But yeah, just for right now, especially, just focusing on you is going to be so wonderful, and it'll give you so much growth. And yeah, be gentle with yourself. You got this. Take care. I love you so much. Bye. Hi, pile number 2s. If you chose this crystal, then this is your reading. So we're first going to do an energy check-in and see how this crystal really represents you, and if you feel like that resonates, then you can move forward with the rest of this reading. And the rest of the reading will look at your life purpose right now, from what you need to know most right now presently, and this will last for about now until around a year. It doesn't have to be a year, but it's about that amount of time. And then we're going to look at how you are achieving that purpose. Then we're going to look at how to balance that life purpose, as well as the best spiritual hygiene practices that you can do in order to fulfill your purpose. And then we're going to do words of encouragement from your spirit team. Okay. So you actually are the only pile that also got two life purpose cards. So anyways, we're going to go with the energy check-in. So if you chose this crystal, this is the moonstone. It's very beautiful. So what it is, the moonstone is a shimmering protective talisman for travelers since way back. Moonstone is a dreamy white to peach hued feldspar mineral for gazers of sky and soul. Who needs it? All you earth goddesses out there and people you keep around who need to work on their empathy, patience, and intuition. Where to put it? On your bedside table, in your overnight bag with your passport and eye mask. When to use it? Under a new moon, use it to set intentions and align with your purest, life-affirming, inner child nurturing calling. I love that this moonstone came into this reading because this is fully a life purpose thing. Under a full moon, moonstone belongs in the bedroom or whenever you get down. And the mantra for this is find your natural rhythm. So in terms of your energy check-in, you're either someone right now who has very Sagittarius vibes. So you're traveling a lot. You're going to different places. You might be in like doing van life. You might be someone just going around the world. Maybe you like travel for work, or maybe you're just someone who doesn't stay put in one area a lot. You can also be someone who is very much the spiritual friend of the group. And you might be around people who are not the best when it comes to being empathetic, not the best when it comes to being patient. They might be very stubborn. They might be closed off when it comes to spirituality. So yeah, this is my spiritual babies. Those who really exude like a spiritual and sensual energy, and those who are really into knowing what their life purpose is and knowing how to achieve that the best. And yeah, so you're either traveling a lot or you have like, or you're like the spiritual friend of the group. It's very Sagittarius vibes, but you know, I'm also getting Cancerian vibes too, because it's like, oh, like you're like the mom of the group. Like you like, you know what's up. You're really in tune with yourself, and like sometimes like you have to take care of people who aren't as in tune with that. Yeah, or you're both. You know, you could be both. So if that resonated in terms of who you are right now and what you're experiencing right now, then let's move forward. Okay, so let's look at what your life purpose is right now, presently, until like about, and this will last for like about a year's time. You have Knight, be brave and honest. You also have Guardian Angel, you are not alone. That's really beautiful, and it really coincides with this moonstone in terms of being the person who is very spiritual, who is the person like the mom of the group who really protects and nurtures and helps other people around them get in touch with their emotions and get in touch with their rationality and get in touch of who they are as people. You are someone who tells it like it is, you know? Like, you're not afraid to tell your friends, like, hey, like, you're being not the best person right now. Like, you need to, like, change your behaviors, you know? You're like someone who tells it like it is, and I have a lot of respect for you. Divine Source, your spirit team, has a lot of respect for you for doing that, because you can balance out what your intuition is, as well as your emotional needs, as well as what your ego needs, in order to create this perfect balance and harmony when in groups and when you're with your loved ones. You're someone that people lean on for advice and guidance when they need the truth and when they need help with their life. You are my spiritual teachers. You are my spiritual babies, and you are already achieving your life purpose by doing that. You can also be doing this at work. You could be a therapist. You could be a counselor. You could be a guidance counselor. You can even be like a service worker, a bartender, barista, someone who interacts with the public a lot, and someone who like listens to a lot of people's problems and people's day-to-day issues. You're someone who like, you can also work at a call center as well. You know, you're just or be in customer service, like regardless of what that is. And if you're not in a typical career, you can also be a domestic worker and be at home, like a stay-at-home person, and your effect on the people around you in your home is like a counselor, is like a therapist, you know? And you're someone who really gets people on track and is very honest, and sometimes like it could be brutally honest, but that's what they need, you know? Sometimes people need a slap in the face in order to like know what's up. And like, you can be nurturing, obviously, but I'm also getting very Virgo energy when it comes to being practical with your advice, when it comes to being very rational about your advice, when it comes to like just understanding and being analytical in terms of helping people solve their problems. You're not just like a people pleaser. You're not someone who's just like, oh, like on their side and are like, no, yeah, you're right, like your ex was a crazy person. No, you're gonna tell them, hey, maybe your ex was a crazy person because you avoided them, or maybe your ex was acting that way because you didn't treat them right. Like, you will literally tell them what it is in terms of what they need to hear. And sometimes that puts a lot of burden on your shoulders, because it feels like you can be alone when you're doing these spiritual practices. And spiritual because like you channel a lot, you channel advice really, really easily. And it could feel like you don't have anyone to go to for that advice. That's probably why you're on this pick a card reading, because you're someone who needs to feel free and needs to feel like they are a part of a collective. And let me tell you, if you're on my channel and you're watching this, I would love for you to be a part of this collective, because you seem like such a wonderful friend and such a wonderful person to be around. Someone that I would be honored to be calling a friend, you know? Like, just know that you're not alone, and know that your spirit team has your back, and know that you can always lean on this collective for support if you're going through it, you know? Please feel free to send me a message or an email, or even DM me if you're having a problem and just want to kind of like have someone to lean on. If you don't feel like you can lean on it with your friends, I'm happy to be a support system, free of charge, obviously. because like friends don't charge, you know. Yeah, like if you're just someone who needs support because the people around you won't give you that same empathy, won't give you that same patience, and they won't get you the way that you get yourself, the way that spirit gets you, then please like reach out to this community or any other spiritual communities or whoever you feel safe and comfortable with, because there will be people out there. I promise. And we are going through a quite lonely time when it comes to like being, you know. Right now we're like the loneliest generation, you know. Everyone, I saw a Vsauce video and it's like 42% of the whole American population feels lonely often, and it's just really indicative of the spiritual growth that everyone's going through and the lack of social communities now in this society. And it's hard when you get out of any kind of like societal like system. For example, once you graduate from high school or from post-secondary and you don't have like a system to lean on, or if you're not working right now and you're just not chilling because you're doing the hard work. Domestic work is work. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. But yeah, if you're at home and stuff, like it's hard for you to connect with others because there are limited interactions you have throughout the day with other people that you can be this intimate and honest with. So yeah, just know that your spirit team's got your back. I got your back. And this community has got your back when it comes to anything that you need right now, because you are someone who deserves it the most. You are someone who pours out their heart and love and mind when it comes to giving advice and being there and being a support system to other people around you. And yeah, you're the person that really deserves it the most. So happy to be there for you if you ever need. Because like, yeah, I've been in this energy. I'm still in this energy a lot. Like I've done a couple past life regressions where I had to like literally navigate through the astral realm to get directly to source and have this same message come to me. And it was at a time where I felt so alone and felt so out of place because the people around me aren't at the same wavelength. Luckily, Spirit Source has now like tuned some of them to like really be there for me, but like at the time it was a real big struggle. And this spiritual community on YouTube was probably the ones that I lent on for support and to help me get through it. So yeah, just my own little like recommendation. Anyways, okay, we're gonna move on, because that was a lot, to how you're achieving your life purpose right now. And you have the King of Cups in reverse. So I'm getting that you're really balanced when it comes to your life purpose. So you're really balanced when it comes to communicating to others. Like, you're not just emotional. You have a really good sense of logic that you like to entail. You have a very stable and anchoring foundation when you give your advice. Like, you don't give it just off of like willy-nilly. Like you'll put down the facts, you know. You'll tell people like statistics in order to help them really understand and get like a numerical value, or you'll put into a bigger picture or a story that really helps people to understand what they're going through in a bigger perspective, in a bigger lens, you know? Like, you'll help ground them quite heavily as well in terms of how you're achieving that. Like, it's just you being you when people talk to you, and you like listening and being patient and giving advice. It's super grounded, and it's super cleansing to people around you, and you deserve to have that too. So that's how you're achieving your life purpose. You're already doing it, you know? You don't have to you don't have to like try when it comes to it. You're already doing this. Okay. Now we're gonna look at how you can balance your life purpose. And you have to talk to your angels. Instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. I think that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Actually, let's put it here. That feels right. Just knowing that you're not alone, and if you don't want to talk to people, your angels have your back. They are really in this. This is 2 cards that have angelic energy to it. So whenever you're feeling heavy, or when you're feeling like you just need some support, just know your angels are here, and know that you also deserve to be heard. You also deserve to have healing, and you also deserve that groundedness and that clarity that you give to others, you know? Your angels will always be there for you to help you get through it, to help guide you through it. They will send you messages through songs, through movies, through any media form, like reels and TikToks, shorts, even this video. Your angels will send you messages in order for you to feel secure and happy and whole again, and to tap back into that loving inner child that you deserve to be in. You know, it's stressful always having to like be the support role. Sometimes you need support, and just know that's okay. All right, so your best spiritual hygiene practice is to be still. So meditation and yoga, especially dead man's pose, because that's what this person's doing in this card, is they're in dead man's pose when it comes to yoga. And being able to just accept where you are at, and to accept how you're feeling, and not to bypass it, and not to like try to neglect your emotions, but to really sit with them and to really be with them. That's how you can best practice your spiritual hygiene, to make sure that you are well maintained, you know? We're in a meat vessel, you know that. And sometimes I'm only laughing because I think it's funny, the term meat vessel. So yeah, just know that you are a radiant star, and you shine such a beautiful light to others. So having time to yourself is going to be very integral for you to keep your peace and to keep your serenity. Okay, last message from your team, your spiritual team. You have: a bad day doesn't mean a bad life. Tomorrow will be different. I love that for you. I love that so much for you, darling. That is what your angels and your spiritual team want to let you know, that the sun will come out tomorrow, and a bad day doesn't mean a bad life. You know, we go through the good and bad days so we can appreciate both of them. Life lessons as well as the enjoyable experiences. I'm going to pull 2 more cards out. There's no rule that says you have to have everything figured out right now. Every step forward is progress. And then last message. The truth is you're far more capable than you feel. Yeah, you are like this unicorn. You might need some energy clearing because this card got caught on the Palo Santos. So if you're feeling down right now, you might be in a mood because of the people around you, and those energies might have stuck to you. So like just taking a bath or a shower or clearing yourself by smudging or with Palo Santos is going to help you like kind of like release any energies that aren't yours or aren't serving you. But yeah, you are this unicorn, my dear. You are very precious and you're very special, and we need more people like you in the world because you just bring so much wonderful exuding energy, and you're such a lighthouse in a vast sea of sailors, you know? Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna end the reading there. I hope these messages helped and gave you some support, clarity, guidance on whatever you needed. You're doing such an amazing job, sweetie, and you know, you can be anything you really set your mind to. You have your angels and your support, and most importantly, you have yourself. You are so amazing, and just needed to let you know, Spirit just wanted you to know how awesome you are and how valuable you are to this world. Thanks for listening. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to say hello, my dear Pile 3. Don't know why. There's just such a serenity and calmness to your energy that I'm already picking up. But regardless, let's do a run through of what this reading is about. So this is a life purpose reading, and we're going to do an energy check-in in terms of this cute little crystal, and then we're going to go into what your life purpose is with this card, and then I have other cards already pulled, and that's going to look at how you are achieving your life purpose, how to balance that life purpose, as well as your best spiritual hygiene practices to help you get through it, and as well as just words of encouragement from your spiritual team. So let's get into it. Just a little side note that this life purpose is whenever you're watching this reading, and it lasts for about a year's time. Doesn't have to be a year, it could be shorter, it could be longer, but generally it's going to be about a year. Okay, so my beautiful pile number 3 is, let's do a crystal energy check-in. This is your beautiful crystal, and it is the lepidolite. Okay, so what it is. Lepidolite is a lithium-infused mica with rose and lavender-hued spa vibes. Ooh. Yeah, no wonder I was feeling super like serene and chill and calm when it came to like starting this reading off. I also heard the song, I heard the words and I was stressed out. So just like pile ones, you're either on the flip ends of this. You're either someone who is super, super chill. Like, you know, like, I'm kind of getting the image of like stoners. So you either are a stoner or you have the vibe of a stoner where like nothing really phases you, like you're super chill, like not toxic chill, you know, like not in the sense of like, oh, like you're better than anyone because you're chill. No. You're like someone who's chill because you love life and you just like enjoy life and you just like have found your balance and serenity with life, and you've found your ways in terms of mitigating your stresses. Okay, so you're either that kind of group, or you are my stressed out pile who's a little frazzled, who's type A workaholics, and who's in their head quite a lot. So they're two extremes for sure, but it's kind of like the saying of two sides of the same coin, you know, like you're either one of those two, or you can kind of like you can like switch from those depending on your scenario. Like for example, if you're at work, you might be very stressed out and type A, but when you're at home, you might be very relaxed and chilled, or vice versa, you know, or like when you're out with your friends in public, you could be someone who's a little bit more stressed out, but like when you're out with your friends in private and in a more intimate setting, you could be someone that's very chill, and or again vice versa. So I'm just getting that kind of both of those energies when it comes to this group. Yeah. So who needs it? The perpetually frazzled, the oh so cerebral type A workaholics. Where to put it? In a bubble bath, on a meditation cushion, in the fetal position, when the pressure to be successful, fit, and fabulous 24/7, 365 is too much. When to use it? When freaking out, or to prevent that, put the phone on do not disturb, hold up a delight in each palm, and just let yourself be for 5 minutes. Relax the muscles between your shoulder blades. Lengthen your breaths. And let go of all the drama. It wasn't yours to begin with anyways. Enter your chill zone. Yeah, so in terms of your energy check-in, you're either going to be someone, again, who's very chill, or who's stressed out, and that's okay. Again, two sides of the same coin. We're never in one energy all the time. We always switch, so no worries. Just know that, you know, you might be someone who's also an influencer. You might be my influencer pile who's like in the public eye quite a bit, you know? Yeah, so if that sounds like you, then this is your reading. And I just saw 555. So you're going through a lot of changes and you're going through a lot of stuff right now. So yeah. Anyways, okay, we're gonna get into your reading and into the rest of what you need to know right now when in regards to your life purpose. So what is your life purpose right now? Ooh, snake, shed old skin. I love that. I absolutely love that for you, because it is just so so in tune. So like after seeing 555 and then getting this card, it's like going through those changes. That was like the perfect like segue. And so yeah, in terms of your life purpose right now, you are going through an ego death. You are going through an identity shift where you no longer resonate with your old self, who you once were. like who you might have been like my pile that has just let go of all the people that didn't serve them. You might have just changed jobs. You might have, again, started and pursued a career into something you really love, like influencing or de-influencing, you know? Like, you might just be online a lot more. And you're shedding your old skin of what you used to be. That's literally your purpose right now, is to just go through this ego death and go through this transformation of change, of accepting yourself fully and getting to know who you are. It's getting super windy outside too, so you're literally going through the winds of change. You're literally transforming into a whole new being and a whole new person and a whole new identity. You might have just gone through a spiritual awakening. You might have just gone out of dark night of the soul. Those are the kind of vibes you're really dealing with here. And it's a very like combustion-y energy. So it comes from a place of reacting or responding to past events or past experiences. I was going to say past traumas. So you might have been someone who's been really working on their shadow self and their inner child, and who's really getting to know those sides of yourself in order to be the version of yourself that you want to be without all that baggage. You're really shedding. You're shedding the old skin. You're shedding that baggage. I'm so proud of you. Spirit and Divine Source and your spirit team is so proud of you for doing the work, because that shit's hard. And not a lot of people do that, you know? You are one special motherfucker. And you are such a bright, sunny light. And you're really getting into your inner child now. You're really getting to be able to explore who you are at your core. We're like, aside from all the traumas that you've gone through, aside from all the experiences that you've gone through, you are telling a different narrative. You're no longer putting yourself in the victim role. You're someone who's really owning yourself and taking responsibility for your life and your actions and your choices and who you hang out with and your career, you know? Oh, I love this energy. I love this for you. Ooh. And I'm saying ooh like Kylie Jenner, because I'm getting really influencer vibes. So if you're not an influencer, maybe like consider doing that. And if you are an influencer, then link me down below. Would love to see your contents. Would love it. We're all about support here. All about it. Okay. You feel so friendly and so loving. I just love this so much. Very, very serene. Would love to have you for brunch or something, you know? Okay. You feel like that friend, you know? Like, you feel like someone who's very entertaining, but like in a very like calm way. Like like you can see multiple sides of the story. So whenever you're telling a story, like it's super entertaining and it's like dramatic in the best way without being like over the top. You have like the perfect balance of animation when telling something, and you have the perfect balance of serenity when you're in scenarios of relaxation. Yeah. I'm hearing that your friends really love you, your loved ones really love you and love being around you. Ooh. Okay. So, how are you achieving your life purpose? You have Judgment in reverse. Interesting. So how you're achieving your life purpose is that you're not sweating over the little details anymore. You're not like being nitpicky over what you need to be doing. Like, you can be type A at times, but I feel like that's kind of the skin you're shedding when it comes to when it comes to your life purpose, you're not like, oh, I have to be 25 and have a house that like I'm like mortgaging, or I have to be 30 and I have to have kids by then and I have to be married. Like, you're not someone who does that anymore. Like, you don't have to have a set plan when it comes to your life purpose. You're really taking the time to enjoy your life, to be serene, and to be like, oh, okay, so I'm cool with where I'm at. Like, I don't have to be so nitpicky when it comes to where I think I need to be. And it's really wonderful, and it's really lovely to hear that you're really shedding the anxieties of the future when it comes to your old skin. So that's exactly what I was feeling before. Like, you have both energy. You can be type A, but you can also be really relaxed and chill. And you're shedding the skin in terms of you are now knowing when to use both of those energies. You know that you can use your type A when you want to focus, when you want to get shit done. Totally amazing. That's perfect for you in terms of when you want to use your type A. But you don't bring that with you anymore when you're relaxing. You don't stress about it 24/7 anymore. You're just someone who's just like, okay, this is my time to relax. This is my time to be. Let me be. And you're having such a great judgment. I know judgment's in reverse, but like, it feels like you're really listening to your intuition. You're really listening to your spiritual guidance when it comes to how you move about life. You're someone who's really taking the opportunity to be peaceful, to be calm, to stop and smell the roses when you need to, because you recognize that life isn't always just about go, go, go. You recognize that part of the beauty in life is being able to relax and being able to take a breath. Oh, love that. I love that for you. You have developed, my child. I don't know why I want to say my child. Like, you might be older than me. So like, I'm just getting that you've gone through the major arcana of the tarot, basically, and you're at the point where you have such a spiritual enlightenment and such a spiritual progression where you know yourself so much more, and are so connected to your intuition, and it gives you this really golden aspect, this really beautiful aspect where you can just be yourself again and be your inner child again. Like, that's how you are achieving it. Like, you don't, like, the thing is, with your life purpose, you're already doing it, you know? You don't need anyone to tell you that. Like, you don't really need me right now. If I'm gonna be honest, you don't really need this reading. This is just a confirmation reading for you to be like, nice, good job, we're doing well, check. And check as in like, oh, I can finally relax and put that off my to-do list. I don't have to be anxious about what my life purpose is, because you're doing it. You're doing it. Again, life purpose doesn't have to necessarily be about your career or be about like how you make income. It's about the lessons you're supposed to learn this lifetime. Like, you know, like, spirit doesn't really care when it comes to how you make your money. Make your money how you need to make your money. But for this pile specifically, like, your life purpose is out of the workplace. Your life purpose is involved with like your personal life and how your relationships too. And not to say that your career isn't important, because I'm like stressing over that. I'm like getting itchy over that. So it's not to say that your career isn't important. It is obviously important. It's just like, you recognize it's not the be all and end all when it comes to your life anymore. That like, you can balance your life in a multitude of ways and be happy and successful. And again, I'm really drawn to the feathers. So you're really taking angelic like guidance. You're really someone who I don't want to say that, but I guess I will, has seen the light, has felt spirit, has felt divine source, God, deities, whatever you want to recognize as your spiritual practice. That is your life purpose right now, and you're just really owning it. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna move forward, and we're gonna do that. It's nice. I like the colors. It's really pretty. They match. I like how they match a lot. That's really nice to see. Anyways, yeah, you might be someone who has a root chakra that's really like connected to their crown chakra. So the foundations that you set are really rooted in your spiritual guidance and how you connect with your spiritual team, which is really cool. Especially how this Judgment card came about. The fact that it wasn't reversed, it just shows me that your root chakra and your crown chakra are really connected. Okay, anyways, let's move forward. So, how can you balance your life purpose? Ooh, and I knew this was my spiritual path. So you have oracle cards. You're able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others. You also have children. Your life purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children. So in terms of balancing out what you're doing right now, you might be a parent, and you might love spending time with your children. And if you don't have children, then maybe your pets, or yeah, like you might have a cat, or a dog, or a guinea pig, or a turtle, or a chicken, any kind of pet that you have that you might consider that your child. They will help you balance out this really intense or really balanced spiritual energy. And again, oracle cards, either being on these pick a card readings or doing it for yourself, is going to help you just like calm your anxiety when it comes to just knowing that you're doing a good job. And that's how it really felt like when I was saying earlier, it really felt like that. Like, you don't need to be here. You really don't. But like, you might have angelically been guided to listen to this just to kind of like ease your mind and ease your consciousness. And this might be like a video for you where it's just you're putting it in the background so you can sleep. And I'm very here for that. I do that a lot. So however you're using this video, I'm really glad that you get the messages of knowing that you're on the right life path, and that you're doing great. You're doing such a great job of shedding your old skin. Okay, so let's look at the best spiritual practices for you. You're my only pile that's gotten 2 of these each, which is kind of cool. So you have soak in a bath, as well as connect with fire. I love how balanced these energies are. This is like you in the whole reading. Like, we started the reading off being like, you're either this or this. You're either like type A or you're really chillax, but regardless, 2 sides of the same coin. And we're here almost at the end of the reading being like, yeah, 2 sides of the same coin. You have the ability to tap into multiple elements, and being able to cleanse yourself either through water or fire is going to be very helpful. Self-care practices, also like doing your nails, is going to be really sweet. And connecting with the moon is going to be really nice in terms of hygienic spiritual practices, so that you're not taking in too much energy, and that you can really continue to be this very balanced spiritual individual. Yeah, And because this photo has like friends over a fire, you're someone who's like, who really is like the life of the party. And it's just someone like, it's just fun to be around. Like, you're really fun to be around because you know how to balance these energies. And like, people want you on their team because you do work when you need to do work, but you also, you don't bring that work home with you. You know how to relax, you know how to soak in your tub and just kind of take a chill pill and use your vanilla and lavender scents to just like ease and calm your day. Like, oh, you were just very spiritually tuned in and can use the elements to your advantage. Okay, a last thing in terms of your spiritual hygiene. Again, elementally, like, you hit all 4 elements. In terms of earth, connecting to gemstones is going to be very helpful for you. Being out in nature and touching like the ground is going to be very helpful for you when it comes to earth element spiritual practices. When it comes to air, having incense is going to be very helpful. Again, also being outside in fresh air is going to be very helpful. When it comes to earth, touching trees might be something that's super helpful for you to ground your energy. But these are practices that you already know. So take what resonates and take whatever is confirming for you right now. When it comes to water, being out in the ocean or even taking a spiritual bath or shower will be very nice. Even misting yourself with rose water, Florida water will be really nice for you too. As well as using mistifiers and essential oils. And then last but not least, fire. Obviously, I'm getting cooking as well. You're either being by a bonfire or cooking are going to be really great practices for you. And using candle magic. Candle magic is also going to be a really great spiritual practice for you. You have a lot, which I'm really here for. Yeah, like you have a plethora of spiritual hygienic practices that you can kind of take from and just like use. And again, this is just this is just a confirmation pile. You're my spiritual babies. Like, you know what's up. Like, okay. So we're going to move forward and get your last card in terms of words of encouragement from your spirit team. And it is, just because you feel like trash doesn't mean you are trash. And it's this beautiful unicorn. So yeah, you're very much a unique and golden individual, and you are very much valued when it comes to not only your workplace but to your friends and to your spiritual team, because it might feel like shit right now when it comes to shedding this old skin and having to kind of release your old identities. Like, I totally understand how that feels, but just know you're stepping into someone that's so in tune with your inner child and so in tune with the people around you and connected to yourself and to your spiritual team, and that's really like what you're meant to do right now. And yeah, the shedding of skin might take a while. Again, it might take about a year, so you might flip-flop back and forth sometimes. You might go into like places where you have days where you feel like you're like repeating cycles that you thought you were done with. Just know those are normal. Just know those are okay. Just know that it's a part of the process, like I'm getting that image again of like water being purified. So imagine like a cup of water and like a bunch of dirt in that water. You're learning how to focus on putting more water so that dirt purifies out of the cup. And You're learning really how to focus on the purification and not the fact that there's dirt in the cup. And we just love that for you. We love that so much for you. All right, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed. I hope this brought confirming messages. I hope this really gave you just like a clarity, a check mark box in terms of easing your anxiety when it comes to your life purpose, because you're already doing it. You already got this. And I just love your energy. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, or evening, beautiful soul. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Hey, Pile 4, if you chose this crystal, and this is your reading. Okay, so this is a life purpose reading, and we're gonna do a crystal energy check-in to see if this is your pile or not, and to see where you're at in life right now. And then we're gonna do a card in terms of what your life purpose is right now. It's this card. And this will last for like, when you're watching it, till about a year. Take it as it resonates. And then we're gonna do how you're achieving your life purpose, and then how you can balance your life purpose. Then we're gonna go into the best spiritual hygienic properties and practices that you can do when, going through it, and whenever you need like an energy stabilizer. And then last but not least, we're gonna get messages from your spirit team in terms of words of encouragement. So I already pulled out the cards just to save from us some time, and there's no awkward like pauses when shuffling. So anyways, let's get started into your reading. Okay, so if you chose this crystal, this is selenite. Ooh, love selenite. So, what it is, icy selenite is a form of gypsum with a calm, cool, and collected vibe. Who needs it? Healers, believers, the currently cleansing juice technology, etc. Where to put it? Wherever you want the slate wiped clean. Examples, your bedside tables after a brutal work week, or around your apartment after somebody extra shady visits. When to use it? When you move into a new space and want any lingering bad juju to vamoose. When you pray to gods above. When you've been working with crystals and want to clear away energy they've picked up in the process, give them a gentle tap with selenite. Ooh, I love that. I love that so much. Because, I have my little selenite, incense holder here. And I didn't know that you can just tap the crystals to clear them. So, that's really sweet. And then your words of affirmation is clear your path to enlightenment. Anyways, okay, so in terms of your energy check-in, you are someone who is in the process of clearing and cleansing your energy. And I get a really calm, collected vibe because that's how my voice is right now. It's a lot calmer. It's a lot more serene, yeah. And it just, there's like a maturity to you, So in terms of your energy vibe, you're just someone that is very, very mature. And it doesn't matter what age you are. You might be my old souls. You might be my pile that has a very cleansing and clearing energy to you. You probably have crystals around you. You either carry them with you, or you have a collection. And you already incorporate spiritual practices to keep you spiritually hygienic and to keep your energy cleansed. You are someone who knows how to work with energy. Yeah. You are my spiritual babies as well. You are like you might come from pile 3, by the way. You might be someone who's just really into spiritual practices and understanding what your life purpose, obviously understanding what your life purpose is when it comes to how you're living this lifetime. And yeah, you just exude like masterful spiritual energy. Yeah. Whereas like pile 3, they're like shedding skin. This feels like the continuation of pile 3, where it's like you already shed your skin and your purpose is no longer an ego death. It is something else, something greater. So we're gonna look at that. So what is your life purpose right now? And this will last for about a year. Ooh, you have a druid. Hold the space. Okay. Oh, and we have this little crystal up there. Isn't that cute? These are my Virgos. I'm a Virgo, so like, by the way, Virgo sun, what up? Anyways, I'm sorry. So yeah, so I'm getting, because I also see the little snake on his arm right there. You're someone who's already shed your skin, and you already know that it's a constant process of shedding your skin and rebirthing and becoming anew. You're my spiritual teachers, so much so that you hold the space for others, and you can really give them guidance, and you can really give them sound advice when it comes to other people's like spiritual journeys. Like, I'm not really sure why you're on this pile. I don't know why you're on this reading, but like, if you are, just know that I appreciate you. I really appreciate you just being here and sharing this really masterful and wonderfully clearing, bright space with me, you know? Like, you're someone who's probably past the point of duality, and you recognize that duality is, again, two sides of the same coin. Duality is, there's much more to life than just love and light and depth and darkness. You understand that they commingle and they intertwine, and that there's going to be ebbs and flows when it comes to living. You also might work a lot with plants and plant life. Yeah, like that's what your life purpose is right now. So your life purpose right now is being able to pass on that wisdom and hold space for others who are going through their spiritual journeys. You probably own a garden, or are really into gardening, or are someone who regularly goes about nature and goes on like nature walks and like loves to be with the trees and loves to be in natural energies. Like, you could be someone who likes to go to natural wonders and waterfalls and canyons, and like you just like being out in nature, and that's you're very connected with Mother Earth. And just know your life purpose is to do that, and you're doing such a wonderful job, and you're doing such a great job. You're probably someone who's an environmentalist, who understand and is aware of the different environmental issues as well as the societal and social justice issues. Like, you know how to balance and you know how to discern. Like, this is supposed to be about your life purpose, but all I'm doing is describing you. So, like, you're just out here living your life purpose. Like, it's no big deal. You're just out here, like, doing you and, like, being yourself. And that's really what your life purpose is, you know? You're just someone who can really hold space, and you can really just be a teacher to the people around you and really give them guidance. You're someone who clears the space for them. Again, you're probably also a healer. This is why I got so much Virgo vibes, because Virgos are the healers of the zodiacs. Where, like, you don't just do it through emotional healing. You also do it in quite a grounding way. You do it in a way that's very discerning, that is very practical, that's really analytical. Like, you know how to balance a lot of energies in order to be the bridge between the physical and the metaphysical, you know? Like again, you're probably someone who can whip up a great smoothie or a great dinner and have that heal whoever you're serving, or have that heal yourself if you're eating your own dinner. So yeah, you're someone who's already doing your life purpose. Your life purpose heavily involves you being a teacher and holding space for others, as well as being someone who is an environmental warrior, who works really well with herbs and food, and who is out in nature, as well as someone who's very aware of the societal impacts and the ways in which we can all live in harmony collectively. So that's your life purpose right now. It's so beautiful, man. So masterful. Like, can I get a reading from you? Like, that's how it feels. Like, oh my god, you just feel like you have so much wisdom. Oh, okay. So how are you achieving your life purpose? You have the Queen of Cups in reverse, as well as the Five of Cups. And I really love that, because as I was saying earlier, like, you don't just take it from an emotional standpoint, you know? I love my Queen of Cups people, but, like, you understand that there's a time and place for you to be nurturing, and there's a time and place for you to be discerning, to be masterful, to be someone who doesn't take any shit, you know? Like, you're not gonna coddle anyone who comes about your path, because you recognize that it's only gonna lead them into further detriment. You're someone who recognizes that you can either, like, serve someone food, or you can teach them how to make food so that they can make that same meal for themselves later on, you know? You know how to teach people how to heal themselves, and you recognize that you can't just heal others, you can teach people how to heal themselves. And you bring such a change and such a awakening to the people around you. You are the bridge, my friend. You are the bridge between the physical and the metaphysical. So you're also my messengers. Again, very Virgo piles, because Virgos rule the 6th house, and the 6th house, even though that goes to day-to-day stuff and work stuff, it also deals with the bridging of the physical and metaphysical, because it's right at the cusp of the lower sphere and the higher sphere when it comes to the astrological wheel. So, like, damn. You have very earthy vibes too, because I'm getting May, and May is usually Taurus, Gemini. So you have You know, when I think of like signs, like the baby, like if a Taurus and a Gemini had a baby, it would be a Virgo. You know what I mean? It'd be like the mutableness of the Gemini with the groundedness of a Taurus, and like that coming together. That's how you feel. You have a very flowy, a very masterful, a very spiritual energy about you, but you also know how to really ground that into earth. And you know how to make it so that you can live your day-to-day life very fluidly, very much in line with your purpose, very much in line with your soul. And yeah, you're someone who doesn't need a lot. You know how to be full on your own. You don't need other people's validation. You're someone who really like, who knows how to feed themselves and knows how to take care of themselves. And because of that, you can take care of others. So that's how you're achieving it, by nurturing yourself and by being the spiritual guru that you are, by taking the time to fulfill your own needs and fulfill your own cup. You're able to do that for others. So that's how you're achieving your life purpose right now. Oof, I love this pile. You're the pile that's mastered self-love and care, and whenever problems come your way, you know how to be gentle with yourself, and you know how to really take care of yourself. Yeah, you know how to bring back the warmth and the life-giving energies back into yourself when you feel depleted. You don't need other people for that. This is, again, a pile that's just, it's just a confirmation pile. So you're either listening to this just to like you don't really need to listen to this because you already know, or you're putting this on the background. And again, I totally understand that. I'm totally here for that. I do that all the time. So like, this is either something that you're using to fall asleep to, or just a confirmation pile. It's really another hype up pile, and I'm really for that. I'm really for hyping you guys up, because you've done the work, babies. You have done the practices. You understand how to really be there for yourself and for others, and to be the bridge of communication for spiritual messages. You're probably someone who already either has their own YouTube channel for tarot or channeled messages, or someone heavily involved in the spiritual community. Yeah, and if you are, please like reach out. I would love to make a spiritual friend. Would love to, because I live with people who are not so spiritual. So it'd be really refreshing to be in that energy. Okay, so we're gonna look at how to balance your life purpose. Oh, these cards literally just confirm it. So you have crystals. Your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. You also have author. You have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. And my favorite card that came out, and I'm really glad because I pre-shuffled these cards. I love how this came out. You also have spiritual teacher. That's right. That is right. And I didn't look at these cards. I literally shuffled them and I took them away, and then I channeled. This is the first time I'm seeing them. So like, damn, I'm really glad that the channel messages coincide with the cards. This is just... You are just so in tune and so in line with life, and you heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. You heal by being so balanced and understanding that there is dark in the light and light in the dark. Like I was saying earlier, you have already understood what non-duality is, and you have gone beyond good and evil. You know, you recognize that there's so much more to life, and there's so many aspects and fluidities that come with living, and you're very non-judgmental, so that's why you can hold space for others. So yeah, you're my spiritual bebes. Like, you are mastering and have mastered these spiritual elements in the spiritual realms. You're already like probably on YouTube doing these readings, and this is just a confirmation pile for you. But yeah, there's also a message in terms of how to balance your life purpose of just kind of writing your story and writing how you got here and writing your experiences down, either through a blog or through a post or even a book. It's going to be very helpful to your students and the people around you. Yeah, as well as crystals are going to be great for you in terms of just bringing you and connecting you back to your space and being with, again, nature like you already are. You're already doing it. I don't know why I'm telling you this, because you're already doing it. You already know what's up. You already know how to balance. This is just a confirmation and like message of good job, sweetie. You are doing it. You are like... I don't need to be telling you this. You're already blossoming and blooming the way that the divine has intended you to, you know? Okay, so we're gonna go on to your best spiritual hygiene practices. Oh, you have use your hands. This is definitely my pal that's already like online doing tarot. And if not, then you're working with the earth. You're either gardening or, in this picture, this person is using clay and making sculptures. Or you just use like your hands in terms of like cooking and stuff. I only laughed there because I was like, where was I going with this? And then, yeah. So yeah, you are someone who's really gifted and has a huge heart as well. I keep describing you. I'm not really giving you like a life purpose, as more of just describing you because you live out your life purpose and you do it so well that like I don't really need to give you advice. I'm just here to confirm everything that you're already doing. You know, you already fill your cup. You already know how to hold space, and you know how to do it so well that you can do it for others in such a masterful way. Ooh, you also have movement. So you're probably someone who does yoga or exercises and knows that although we are spiritual babies, we also are in a meat vessel and we need to take care of our body. So you are very active in terms of being able to move your body and making sure that your body gets what it needs in terms of its daily physical activity. Okay. You might also be really into numerology. So that's your best spiritual hygienic practices, is keeping that notion of being with your body. I just got 2244, so you're very balanced and protected when it comes to how you move about life and how you hygienically cleanse yourself. You have such a spiritual endowments. You have such a spiritual inclination that you recognize that you need to also balance that through your body, and you already know how to do that really well. That's why you probably work with your hands and use your hands, and you move like you like either work out or you do yoga, or you take really great walks for yourself, or you touch the earth as well. Like, again, you use clay, or you do tarot, or you cook with your hands. And those are amazing ways that you are keeping grounded and keeping spiritually hygienic and keeping balance. So good job. Keep going. Yeah. Okay. So you have 2 cards in terms of the words of encouragement from your spiritual team. And that's how we're going to end the reading. You have, you are enough. today, tomorrow, always. And when it comes to Virgo energy, that is such a great message to come about, because as much as Virgos are wonderfully analytic, there is a side of Virgos that can also work on being perfectionists. And as a Virgo myself, Virgo sun, I definitely understand, and I definitely can resonate with these messages in terms of what's going on. So just remember that you are enough today, tomorrow, and always. And even if you're not a Virgo, you just carry the qualities of being so spiritually in tune and so spiritually balanced. And last but not least, you are going to get through this just fine. So whatever you may be going through right now, just know you got this. You're going to be just fine. You know you got this. And this is just a hype up / confirmation type of reading for you. Oh, love that. Love that, love that, love that so much. So thank you. I'm gonna end it here because you already got this, and we both know that you got this. So thank you so much, my spiritual teacher babies, my masterful spiritual guidance babies. If you have a YouTube channel, or if you have like tarot guidance or oracle, I would love to check you out and just kind of connect and just like see what you're about, because it'd be really nice to just join in that community, because you just have such a beautiful, loving energy. My pile number 4s. Yeah, and if you're not, then you're doing such a great job in terms of what you're doing on your day-to-day life. But yeah, it really feels like you're probably like already into this community. So I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to connect with you. And I hope you have a wonderful day, night, or evening. Take care. Much love. Bye.